Welcome to The Clean Slate with your hosts, Daniel Garza and Carson Phillips, providing you with movie news, reviews, and more. Sit back, relax, and don't forget to go to the concessions to get your popcorn and drinks. For your entertainment, this is The Clean Slate Podcast.
Welcome back to The Clean Slate Podcast. I'm your host, Carson G. Phillips, here with Daniel A. Garza. And today we are finishing off the most recent series of Black Mirror.
Yeah, guys.
Wait, you didn't think I knew?
No.
Andrew, your God,
Okay.
your Christian name? Your God-given name.
My God name. That's
Your
crazy.
God name.
Okay, guys. So we are reviewing the back half of Black Mirror Season 7. So if you haven't, checked out the front half, go back, listen to those. Good takes. We have some good takes. So, guys, we are reviewing 4 through 6, and Plaything is the next episode. So this one I think was crazy. I actually really want to rewatch it.
It's my favorite episode.
It is my second to favorite. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So, in a near future London, crazy, an eccentric murder suspect is linked to an unusual video game from the 1990s, a game populated by cute, evolving artificial life forms.
So this is the sequel to Bandersnatch.
Is that confirmed,
which was
though?
Yes, Will Poulter is playing the exact same character.
Is he?
That's a fact. Yes.
Okay.
It literally takes place after his character has a breakdown in Bandersnatch, which is a immersive choose your own adventure movie, because it's not it wasn't an episode.
It was Black
like a
Mirror's kind of one-off.
choose your own adventure. It was really cool. Netflix has done a few of those. They haven't done it in a while. I don't know why. I think that's like a cool way to tell stories. But anyways,
Yeah, it is.
So this is a sequel technically, like loosely.
It says, while not a direct sequel, Plaything is a follow-up episode to Black Mirror Bandersnatch. In the sense that
it's
it
like in the
takes
same
place in
universe.
the same universe and features returning characters. It's set 10 years after the events of Bandersnatch and explores a new story within the same world. So there you go. It's not a direct sequel. Liar. Caught.
It's
live.
a sequel. It's still
It
a
says
sequel.
It's not technically.
Whatever. So I loved this episode though. They kind of get this weird CD for a game called Thronglets. And he starts playing it, and it's kind of set up like Sims, I guess, but like before the Sims.
It's kind of like a Pocket Farm type deal, though.
Yeah, like Pocket Monsters, like little like Nintendogs, low key.
Yeah,
like
what is that? What is it? Crap, what is it called?
Throngs.
No, the ones where you keep in your pocket, and then the Geopets.
Oh yeah, dude, it's literally like a Digimon.
No, was it a Geopet? Is that what they're called?
Something like that. But anyways, it's kind of like that, except for it turns out these things might be real. Like they might be sentient. This artificial intelligence is far more advanced than anyone thought. And then this guy played by who's he played by? Peter Capaldi plays him, right? That's crazy. Peter Capaldi is playing this dude who's a full-blown psycho, but starts using acid in order to like communicate with the Throngs, and things go horribly wrong when his dealer murders the Throngs.
Yeah,
it's great though, because like we're getting the flashback and we're also getting this police interrogation that's like in the future. So I loved this episode. I like the themes. I love the ending. Like it's a very like, again, Twilight Zone kind of ending, or like Tales from the Dark Side kind of ending, where it's very bleak but also kind of hopeful, maybe, if you trust the Throngs. And I like the noise they make. That
yeah.
Anyways, you can download the game if you have Netflix and play it. I was playing it earlier.
I actually really want to play it now.
It's addictive, man.
Okay,
But
so
yeah, I loved this episode.
yeah, the one thing, the guy who plays younger Cameron Walker, Peter Capaldi's like younger self in the episode.
Yeah.
I thought was Lucas Hedges for the longest time. Like, so if you don't know,
He kind of looks like him.
yeah, right? Okay. I thought it was for the longest time, and I was like, dude. And then I just thought the entire episode, I was like, I just wish this was Lucas Hedges. I haven't seen him in something in forever.
Okay, but this guy did good. I don't know.
Yeah, no, he did really well.
I thought he did good. He had like a really creepy, like shy demeanor, and pulled it off well.
Yeah, I would say this episode is is like so layered, but it's so on one playing field the entire time that like you feel like you're getting lost, but you're really not. You just like you kind of go back and forth. I thought this ended in the craziest way, which is why it's probably my second to top in favorites. And
You didn't like the ending?
no,
I just don't know how else they
I
could
loved
end
it.
this.
No, I was sorry. I meant that I loved the ending. Like the ending was so crazy that it was good.
So it worked for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say you didn't like it, and I was like, bro.
No. I don't think there was something
how
that I
else would they
really
end it?
didn't like in this episode.
Yeah, I don't. It's probably my favorite one.
Like all the acting is
Tied-
crazy. The like interrogation scenes are really good and they're creepy. Did you kind of get what I was saying though? That there's kind of like long legs like vibes to it too, where he's just
When
like,
he's being
like,
interrogated and
yeah.
like super obtuse. I will say the other guy that's like questioning him or whatever, the dude,
Yeah.
annoying. Like, why are you being so aggro? Like, I know that's like for the plot, but it just felt like, I don't know,
Yeah. Why is Will Poulter credited in this? Oh, duh. This was the
because he's in it, dingus.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh,
That's
this
what I was
guy.
saying. There's so many levels to this like episode that you can.
I
There's the
kinda want
interrogation.
more-
There's the raising of it. There's the like when he first gets introduced to them. There's a lot of levels
Yeah.
to this episode.
This one could have been a movie, honestly. Like
Yeah.
they could have just fleshed it out even more, and I would have loved it.
Yeah, I agree.
Add a couple more layers. It's deep. There's a lot to learn about it. Like how, like, at what point does artificial intelligence become real? Versus
Yeah.
like, oh, if we teach it violence, will it become violent someday? Like stuff like that is like really interesting to me. So
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
stuff.
This one I'm probably gonna say this is about a 4 out of 5 for me. This episode.
yeah, I'm gonna agree. Maybe a 4.5.
I'm
Depends on the
saving
day
my
you
4.5
ask me.
for the last episode. It's just it deserves a 4.5, maybe like a 4.8. But
Wow.
yeah, I loved
You're a
it.
big Jesse Plemons guy, or
I love Jesse Plemons, but I actually loved all the actors in it.
okay, let's continue.
All right, so next we are going to episode 5, which is Eulogy. An isolated man is introduced to a groundbreaking system that allows its users to literally step inside old photographs, stirring powerful emotions in the process.
See, I really liked this one. I know you don't like Paul Giamatti for some reason.
It's his voice. It's like too smooth.
He has a unique voice, but that's what I like about him.
Yeah, I
like Paul
it,
Giamatti.
but listening to an entire hour of him talk like that, there's some parts where I'm like, clear your throat or just like swallow or something. I don't know, pause.
Swallow. That's crazy.
Anyway,
I
yeah,
mean,
he's my least favorite.
I liked him in this a lot,
this.
actually. But
He said what?
we can disagree. I liked him a lot in this one. We can disagree on
I
it.
thought
but
he did really well in acting. It's one of those things that, dude,
you just
have
don't like
to
him
like
as a person.
No, not even that. It's I edit, so I listen to how people talk all the time, and I get like these little like.
You just don't
quirks
want to
and-
hear him.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those things where people have a tick. I even notice I have ticks in myself that I
crazy.
don't like listening to. So that's
That's
just
why
it.
I don't edit these.
Exactly.
Be like, I'm quitting the podcast. I can't listen to myself.
You're such a
No, I thought he did really good with like
Narcissist.
the scenes. What? Okay, I'm gonna quit the podcast because I can't listen to Daniel. Is that what you want to hear?
No, what? I said you're a narcissist.
You're a narcissist.
Oh, okay. No, I'm leaving that in.
That was stupid. Okay, I like the scenes where he gets like angry and stuff. I thought
Yeah.
those were like really well done. It felt very real. And then this was probably the least like traumatizing of the episodes.
Well, it's a
But it
different type of
also-
trauma.
Yeah, exactly. It was the most emotional, I feel like. Like I got emotional towards the end. I think this technology is somewhat probably closer than a lot of the other ones are, maybe. In my opinion. I don't know. I'm not a tech person, but it felt a little bit more like realistic in some ways. Yeah, I liked it a lot. And the concept is that he can jump into these pictures with a digital representative, and they're basically creating a virtual eulogy for his dead ex-girlfriend from
Right.
decades ago. And then through these different photos where he like took her face out or whatever, it's kind of recreating his memories of the past and like how he may have misremembered things, or maybe construed things to be in his favor. And I thought it was just kind of interesting the way they handled it. I thought they were going to go in a darker direction at one point, and I was like, oh, that's kind of a bummer. But no, they kept it kind of realistic, and I liked it. I like that it was like technically just the one location and then the photos. So
Yeah.
yeah, overall,
It
It's
definitely
probably
has
my
that one, like,
third favorite.
that feel to it where you're just stuck in a room.
Yeah.
I,
It'd be a great VR experience. If they can make a
Yeah,
VR game
that would be
or like
cool.
movie, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. So a couple things I liked on this is I wasn't really into it at first, and then I think as the episode went on, you really get like a hold of his emotions, and that's what I think is the best about this episode is it has a major character arc. This is like a not really a slice of life, but it's one of the ones where
It
you
is,
just
sort of.
study emotions and of character study. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So that's what I loved about this episode, and that's pretty much it. And then I liked the ending. I thought the ending was fine. I thought it was kind of like
I
a good
teared up at the
conclusion.
ending.
Yeah, exactly. It's a good.
It was a very
finish.
pretty, like perfect ending.
Yeah.
I do want to say, like, it's really two characters the whole episode, but I do kind of feel like you get to know these other characters that are just still images, which is kind of interesting. It kind of reminded me of like if your parents show you like old photos of like their friends or like
Yeah.
your old family that you've never
that's
met.
true.
It kind of felt like that.
That would be
like
so
story
cool
time
in
with
the
Grandpa.
future if we could do something like that where we had like
I think
photos of
so.
it and then we just like go into the world, into the past.
I mean, you could already make like 3D-ified versions of it, or there's like those creepy AI apps where it like makes the photo
Oh yeah.
move. It's like, oh, Grandpa's moving.
Yeah,
like
that's
we're
weird.
getting there.
It
We're
is
getting
weird.
there.
Anyway,
But it's interesting.
dislikes for me, I did not like the guide. I thought it was weird the twist that they threw in there with the guide. I
didn't care for that twist either.
but I thought the guide had too
I also
much.
called it, which was a bummer.
Yeah, it didn't make sense at first until the ending, but the fact that she had so much input in how he was remembering things, I get it for the story. But at first, it was
She's
just
pushing
like,
his character development.
Yeah.
ultimately.
yeah, and it was just something that I was like, shut up. I don't know. I did not.
I
like
kind of wish
I didn't like her
the
character.
guide was actually the woman who passed instead of the daughter. I think that would have been a better twist. I don't know. Like if she was
Yeah.
like an older lady.
I
not
also
like
just didn't like her acting. Her acting was it felt very like pushy.
very British.
Yeah, it was super British. No, it was just a
it's-
weird character.
Sometimes the Britishness of Black Mirror really fights the Americanized. And like this season kind of felt like we had both American and British.
in every episode.
And I was like, sometimes the two don't mesh well. So
No, it actually is every episode. There's an American main character and then a British main character.
yeah, it doesn't quite work for me. But,
Yeah.
you know.
Okay. Let's. Oh, anything else on this episode? Did you have dislikes, or did we talk about it?
I mean, I guess we kind of talked about it, so we're good.
Okay, cool. So let's move on to the best episode. Did you think this is the best episode
Okay,
of the
second
season?
best.
Oh, yours is Plaything.
I think Plaything is better.
I think Plaything is the best original of this season. Like it was.
Because this would not work without the first one. Plaything could work without Bandersnatch.
Exactly.
100%.
I don't know. I think they still give enough backstory on this one. They give more backstory, which helps just make its own.
There's like flashbacks, which I'm not a fan of, though.
Oh,
That's like actually a
really?
big dislike for me.
Oh, I'm just happy that Jesse Plemons was back in this episode.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay. Let's read the log line.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Then we can
this
talk about
is USS Callister Into Infinity. Robert Daly is dead, but now the crew of USS Callister, led by Captain Nanette Cole, are stranded in an infinite virtual universe, fighting for survival against 30 million players. Such
Okay,
a cool...
so the way they
so
brought
good.
Jesse Plemons back and explained like what this new version of him has been doing the whole time, love that. So
Yeah,
this has like a
okay.
great twist at the end that ties everything together in a way that I was not expecting. And then what's the co-founder of the company? I can't remember the character or actor's name. Despicable Man. The way they use his character in this, both
Jimmy
versions.
Simpson.
The way they use him in this is so smart. Like they kind of they really do work the threads from the previous episode really well. So if you guys haven't seen the first USS Callister episode, you definitely need to watch that first, in my opinion, to enjoy this one. But yeah, this whole fleshed out AI video game universe thing and cloning aspect as well. Cloning people into AI, which is kind of scary.
Yeah.
Is really cool, and there's a lot of great themes too, like the idea of like, are those humans if they're just clones and they're artificial?
Yeah.
Well, they
Should you
bleed like
kill 'em?
humans, but
Yeah.
they're it's really, I
sentient.
like that.
And intelligent.
That's what makes Black Mirror good, though. These like moral questions that
Yeah,
are
exactly.
brought up.
And
But
I think
it's a
that's
fun
something that we
episode,
kind of missed throughout the past couple episodes. Is all of these do have the moral question with them. We've kind of been analyzing the things that we like about it, but I think this one really kind of like pokes a lot more through. Like, right, Eulogy, it's kind of
yeah.
like it's the character study. You're getting over it.
There's no moral question about is the
Right.
technology itself bad?
Plaything is kind of like.
It does it, yeah.
Yeah, but so USS Callister is, you said it perfectly. It's like, is this life worth it? Not worth it, but is it like, there are
real,
clones?
tangible?
Is there real? Yeah. Is that mean that if it's a clone, that the life is more, or is as valuable as a created human life, like from birth, not just like a copy?
Or just the idea that like one of the clones could be a better person than the person that's on the outside.
Right.
They could be a good person as a clone,
right.
because of their experience that they've had to go through versus the real them. Or even like the main actress, their main character, I can't remember what's her name. I'm bad with
Christine
names today.
Milioti.
Yeah, so when she meets herself, she's like, "Oh, you're way more confident than me."
Yeah.
That's weird, and I think that's interesting. And it kind of shows that they're different people, but I think that's cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I also think though that that's like, right, her clone has gone through a lot more than her safe plain self. Like, so I'm gonna say some of my likes are just set wise. I just love the color in this,
The Star Trek vibe.
the Star Trek vibe, but you just get so much like blues, you get so much pinks, like all these different types of bursting colors. It doesn't do too much, but it feels kind of Guardians of the Galaxy type feel to it, which, I mean, it's just pretty in general and like really soothing.
It looks like a video game.
Yeah,
Like
it looks like a video
like
game.
an online video game.
And then I just loved the sets. The sets were honestly also cool. Like, you get the offices, that's normal, but then like the old house, when like, right, there's like a flashback to how he created this entire thing
In the
and then
garage.
and then they go to the clone version of him that's in the video game, but in the video game he's still at his house, cloned, and he is like, did I ruin that?
I tiptoed around it more than you did, but
Anyway,
it's fine.
So, but just the sets in general are really cool. I enjoyed that aspect. Story, I think it does bring a whole new like level to the story that we already knew. I didn't even remember the story, like that when
It does a good job of making you recall it.
exactly. So I had to go on IMDb and look at like set photos. I'm like, oh, okay, wait, no, I remember this.
I
episode.
rewatched it. I just
Oh, really?
rewatched it.
Oh, I should have done that.
I do feel like this is such a random episode for them to make a sequel to, though.
Yeah,
But I'm glad they did. We don't have many sequels in the Black Mirror verse,
Yeah.
so to speak. I mean, I know there's like fan theories that they're all connected, which that just doesn't work. But
yeah.
I will say the Jesse Plemons becoming like a real life version of like r/nice guy was kind of great towards the end. But I'm a nice guy. Really. I'm a nice guy. I'm just gonna molest you. I'm a nice guy though.
Stop.
Dude, crazy. It made me cringe. I was like, I kind of felt sick. I was
Yeah,
like, I've
it
met
was
people like this.
It was okay. So I will say the thing that I did not like about this episode. This is probably about a 4.5. I think with my dislike, it's a 4.5.
4.5 for me. Yeah.
Is the ending? It didn't miss for me, but it didn't like.
It's weird.
It didn't make me be like,
okay,
oh my god.
To clarify,
they build up
before
the end so
without
much.
spoiling anything.
Okay, sure.
Where the crew ends up, their final destination, is that the ending that doesn't stick for you?
Yes.
Okay, because the Jesse Plemons stuff, I think that's great.
Oh, 100%. Yes,
Like,
that's a
super
perfect.
cool. I
ending.
love how they do that. Okay, so then everything after that, weird.
Everything
Really weird.
after that was just really like
I
it just
kinda
didn't
hated it,
feel
I'm not gonna lie.
complete to me, and
It felt too much like a comedy,
yeah.
which I guess it's a comedy. It's a comedic.
Well, the crew
episode.
is comedic. However, the stakes are not comedic. The stakes are high.
Yeah.
Because you have
Is
everything
it
on
setting
the
up a
outside
third
world.
one, Loki.
I don't know. I actually hope they don't do a third one.
Like, what would that even be?
Yeah, it would be. I think it would be kind of dumb. Because, I mean, spoiler alert,
they end up in her brain.
Okay.
As a spaceship.
Yes. I was going to say, though, the game gets shut down. So, like, what is going to be the trial cases or something? But how are they going to add the technology aspect to that episode? I
have no idea. I just didn't. I don't love where they end up.
But
I mean,
that is not to say, though, we still rated this 4.5 out of 5. So even though the ending might not have been the best, like A+, the rest of the episode has you on the edge of your seat. And there's two endings. I think the first ending is the one that we all wanted. The second ending is the one that's like, okay, this is...
When she wakes up in the hospital, just turn it off and you'll be fine. Just leave it on a cliffhanger. You'll be good.
That's pretty much what happens anyway.
Yeah, you don't get much more information. It just ends up being like, oh, popcorn.
So when she wakes up in the hospital, turn it off.
Desperate Housewives.
Could you imagine if somebody actually took our advice? It was just like, ding. Just clicks it
I think that'd be good advice, dude.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, let's wrap this up. This is another 20-minute episode. We got to slow it down, man. Like, I mean,
it's a chit chat, dude.
I know, but the last month we did 20-minute episodes. We're 15-minute guys. All right. Okay, guys. So that
I don't know about you.
Oh, I'm a 25-minute
guy. Stupid. More like a 17 seconds.
So, guys, that is Black Mirror Season 7. Let us know your takes. Did we get any episode ratings wrong? Do you disagree? Do you agree?
Probably.
And
I just want to say this season...
episode?
This season in general, I feel like has done a great job of bringing us back to the roots of Black Mirror.
Okay. I don't know what the roots are.
So this is your
watched the roots.
first season. You should watch it. You should watch this, even if it's your first. You don't need to watch these seasons in order. So just watch this one. It's a good introduction, good primer.
Agreed.
Skip the very first episode of the entire series because pigs.
Yeah,
I like that episode, but
yeah, you probably would. You freaking sicko. All right, guys.
I just think it's a good
well,
ending.
That is Season 7 Black Mirror. Next week, we are moving on to Adolescence, which is also another Netflix. Is it Netflix? Yeah.
Another British Netflix show.
Another British Netflix show. But, guys, this is probably the show of the year, the miniseries of the year.
So good.
So good. We will talk about it next week. And make sure you like, subscribe, follow us on all of our social channels, and we'll see you later.
Peace.
Peace.
That's a clean slate.